Faith and doubt. When Jesus, Peter, James and John came back down from the mountain, they saw that a large crowd had gathered around the other disciples, with the teachers of the law arguing with them. As Jesus arrived, the crowd hurried over to him. Jesus asked the disciples what was going on, and a voice from the crowd said, "Rabbi, I brought my son here because a demon torments him and stops him speaking. It throws him to the ground and makes him foam at the mouth, grinding his teeth in pain and making him as stiff as a plank. As you weren't here, I asked your followers to remove the demon, but they couldn't." Jesus said, "You people always want a miracle before you will believe. How many more times must I do this? Bring the boy here." The father brought his son to Jesus, but as soon as the demon saw him, he threw the boy to the ground, making him shake from head to toe, foaming at the mouth. "How long has he been like this?" asked Jesus, and his father replied, "Ever since he was little. The demons have often tried to hurt or even kill him, throwing him into the fire or the river. Please help him, if you can." Jesus replied, "Why do you say, 'if I can'? Everything is possible for those who have faith." And his father immediately said, I do have faith. Help me to have more." Jesus could see that the crowd was growing ever larger by the minute, so he spoke directly to the evil spirit in the boy. "Come out now, and do not bother him again." The boy screamed and shook violently, and then the demon left him, and the boy fell into a deep faint, almost as if he was dead. Jesus bent over him, took the boy's hand, and gently helped him to his feet. Later, when the crowd had dispersed and the disciples were alone with Jesus, they asked him why they had not been able to drive out the demon. And Jesus replied, "Only prayer was needed." Jesus decided to travel back towards Galilee, although he didn't want people to know his whereabouts, for he needed more time to teach his disciples about what lay ahead. So they kept away from the towns and villages for a time. Jesus told them, "The Son of Man is about to be betrayed to the authorities who will kill him, but 3 days later he will rise again from the grave." But the disciples still couldn't understand what he meant, and they were afraid to ask. Belief and unbelief, opposing twins, conjoined since Eden, wrestle for supremacy at the heart of man. Satan's ambassador makes men mute, as faith unprayed for writhes parched and powerless in the desert dust. Yet even here, despite the faltering of a father's faith, the Son of Man confounds and triumphs over death, whilst words of all too soon departing pass by unheard.